Imagine this. You cut off your hand and it keeps moving, exploring, even reacting to things like it has a mind of its own. For an octopus, that's just another Tuesday. And it's all thanks to their 9 brains. Yep, you heard that right, 9. But why does a creature need so many brains, and how does that even work? Let's dive into this mind-blowing mystery. Octopuses are the closest thing we have to alien life on Earth. They're masters of disguise, escape artists, and problem-solving geniuses. But the real magic lies in their brains, plural. One main brain controls the big decisions, and each arm has its own smaller brain that works semi-independently. This unique setup makes octopuses some of the most fascinating creatures on the planet. But here's the question. How does this system actually work, and what can it teach us about intelligence? Stick around, because what you're about to learn might just change how you see life itself. Let's start with the obvious question. Why on Earth, or in the ocean, does an octopus need 9 brains? For context, the human brain is a marvel, capable of controlling a highly complex body with just one central processor. So why split the job into 9? Well, the answer lies in how octopuses are built. Unlike humans, they don't have bones. Their bodies are essentially soft, squishy balloons with arms attached. This means they can squeeze through tiny spaces, contort into impossible shapes, and move in ways we can't even imagine. But it also means their arms need to be incredibly autonomous. Picture this. When you walk, your brain coordinates every step. For an octopus, it's like having 8 separate walkers, each with its own GPS. But that's not the only challenge. Octopuses are solitary hunters in a dangerous, ever-changing underwater world. They need to process a huge amount of information, like tracking prey, avoiding predators, and figuring out how to unscrew a jar, all at the same time. A single brain just wouldn't cut it. Here's where things get really wild. The central brain of an octopus is located between its eyes, controlling overall behavior and strategy. But then there are the arm brains, clusters of nerve cells in each arm that can think, act, and even remember on their own. If you cut off an octopus arm, don't worry, it can regenerate. The severed arm will still react to touch, grab objects, and even try to move food toward where its mouth used to be. It's like the arm has a mind of its own, which technically it does. Scientists discovered this by observing how octopus arms behave when separated from the central brain. For example, when one arm finds food, it doesn't need to ask the main brain for permission to grab it. It just does it. This decentralized control system allows octopuses to multitask like no other animal. Now, you might be wondering, with so many independent brains, how do octopuses keep things from turning into a chaotic mess? This is where the central brain comes in. While the arm brains handle local tasks, the main brain sets the overall goal. Think of it like a CEO delegating tasks to a team of managers. For example, if an octopus spots a crab, the central brain might decide, okay, we're going to eat that. Then, it lets the arm brains figure out the details, like which arm will grab the crab, which will hold it down, and which will pass it to the mouth. Here's another mind-blowing fact. Octopus arms are covered in suckers, each packed with sensors that can taste and feel. Imagine if your hands could taste chocolate cake just by touching it. This sensory input goes straight to the arm brains, allowing them to make quick, independent decisions. So what does all this mean? For one, it shows us that intelligence isn't a one-size-fits-all concept. We tend to think of intelligence as something that happens in a single brain, but octopuses prove there are other ways to solve complex problems. Even more fascinating, researchers are studying octopus brains to improve robotics and artificial intelligence. Imagine robots with arms that can act independently, like an octopus, or AI systems that think in a decentralized way. The possibilities are endless. And here's the kicker. Octopuses are incredibly intelligent, yet their brains are nothing like ours. They've evolved on a completely different path, showing us that there are countless ways nature can create intelligence. Octopuses aren't just animals with weird anatomy. They're living proof that intelligence comes in many forms. So the next time you see an octopus, don't just think of it as a sea creature. Think of it as a living example of how diverse and creative life can be.